Next thing you can put on is the cooling fan pulley. It's got 3 bolts. There's also an alignment pin, so it can only go on one way. Right here, there's a big washer. Goes on there. Installation's pretty straightforward. Again, I'm doing this one-handed, so give me a break. But you get it lined up, and then you put the 3 bolts in. And then, some years, evidently not all, there's a timing ring that mounts right here, like that, with a couple of screws. There we go. Fan, pulley, timing mark installed. The next 3 pieces go across the rear of the engine. This tin goes on the driver's side right here. There's a screw here, a screw here, a screw here. Then on the other side, there's this tin. The big hole fits down over the oil filler. There's a screw here, and a screw that comes up from the bottom here. And then this tin fits in between, like that. Let's go ahead and do that. There's the rear pulley tins installed. The next step is the oil filler. That's this square rectangular box here. It just fits right on here. Now there's supposed to be a clip that secures it, which this engine doesn't have for whatever reason. And then there's an O-ring that goes right there. And then there's a plastic oil filler with a screw-on cap with 2 little nuts that attach it. I don't have that, but you get the idea. So there's that, the oil filler. Here's the coil clamp. It goes right, it just clips on in this end, and there's a screw on this end. So you just put your coil in there, put a screw in, and you're done. And now we have this more cylinder tin. This one fits rather snugly up in there, like that. There's 2 screws that hold it on. And then on this side, there's the other cylinder tin. Fits up like this. And there's 2 screws holding it up. Here's where your fuel pump mounts on a carbureted engine. There's the pump rod. So you would put the fuel pump on after installing this tin. Next comes the Firewall Tin. This is the largest single piece of tin on the engine. As you can see, there's a screw here and on this side, and then I guess I got to take a couple out because I got them on the wrong side. But you see, pretty straightforward how that installs. Next thing to go on is the heater boxes. These things weigh about 1,000,000 pounds each, or at least it feels like it. They're heavy, they're awkward, a lot of things you got to line up. As you can see, these have had some welding repairs. They tend to rust out in those key areas that are shown. They're crazy expensive, so typically it's worth the effort to welding repair. Now when it comes to putting them on, you've got copper gaskets. If you're building a dry engine, you can flip on the engine stand, you can flip it over up and work upside down, and it's real easy to put these on and then put the heads on. Engine in the car, not so easy. I read somewhere a trick that I've tried, works real well. These tend to fall out, flop around, get sideways, get bent. It's a real pain. What you do, the trick is to get some super glue. Put a drop there, put that on there, let it dry. Now you can turn the heater box this way, that way, which way, get it up in there. Once you bolt it all down, it'll be fine. On the actual installation, obviously these are the exhaust pipes. This is the 1-2 side, this is the 3-4 cylinder side. You got to line up the studs, and you got to line up those little doors at the bottom of the shroud that we talked about earlier.